G'day, I'm Stuart McMillen, the cartoonist behind Peak Oil. And I must say, in this age of clickbait and short attention spans, I'm really glad that you've made it here to the end of my 120-page comic. Now, I thought you might be interested to know my plans for the future. I thought you might be interested to know that even though Peak Oil is a 120-page comic, it's actually just a small part of a much larger project that I'm currently creating. So I'm in the process of drawing a 400-page comic book entitled Thermoeconomics. Now, Thermoeconomics will be about 4 of my unsung heroes of science and economics. It'll be about 4 researchers who looked beyond the horizon of our current energy systems and thought about what our economy might look like in a post-growth, post-fossil fuel future. So who are these 4 guys? Well, there's King Hubbert, who you've just learnt about, and there's also Buckminster Fuller, Simon Kuznets and Herman Daly. Now, I understand if you may not have heard of these guys before, and that's because I've deliberately chosen to feature 4 researchers who aren't exactly household names, and I'll be using them to describe 4 concepts which aren't exactly household knowledge. Now, as you can imagine, it takes me quite a while to draw comics in my particular style. So with Peak Oil itself, I spent over 700 hours researching, writing and storyboarding the comics before I'd even picked up a pen to start drawing the artwork. And then the artwork itself took me over 1,000 hours to draw. So effectively, for every second that you spent reading the comic, I spent an hour creating it. Or to put it another way, when I started drawing the comic, I had short hair. So effectively, I took a year away from my regular work to dedicate myself to drawing this comic and sharing this version of the Peak Oil story with the world. So even though I lost a year of my life to this process, it was totally worth it because now you know about Peak Oil. And when I say now you know about Peak Oil, I mean you the person in particular who's watching this right now. Because I'm under no illusions about what happens when I release one of these comics to the world. It isn't some passive experience where the world is somehow now enlightened about Peak Oil. The only way that comics like this make a difference is if readers like you take the time to read it for yourself, think about it, and adjust your own attitudes and beliefs as a result of the reading experience. Now, I think it's safe to say that you enjoyed your reading experience. How do I know that? I mean, not only have you got all the way to the end of this 120-page non-fiction comic, which makes you a rarity in itself, but you've seen there's a video of me, the cartoonist, here, and you've thought, you know what, I'm going to click on that and see what he's got to say for himself. So right now, I'm going to cut to the chase and ask for your financial help. Think about the reading experience that you've had over the last 20 minutes. Think about whether it was enjoyable, informative, worthwhile, and please click the link beneath this video and buy a PDF copy of the comic. Now, even if you don't have an e-reader, even if you don't have a particular use for the PDF file, you can still use my shopping cart to effectively donate to me and fund this Thermoeconomics book that I'm creating. So when you click the button, you'll see that it automatically comes up with a price of $5, but be aware that this is just a suggested price that you can edit and effectively make a donation to me as an artist. So if you really liked your reading experience, you could add a 0 to the end of the 5. If you really, really liked your reading experience, you could add 2 zeros to the end of the 5. The choice is totally up to you. Now, I'm just a small one-man operation based here in Canberra, Australia, but I can guarantee you that all of your purchases, all of your donations will directly go and fund this Thermoeconomics book. How can I say that? Well, essentially every dollar that I receive from readers like you for projects like this is a dollar I don't have to spend doing commission artwork jobs and other things to pay my bills. Essentially, your purchases, your donations will allow me to push aside the other distractions and knuckle down to draw these 3 comics that need completing. Anyway, I think that's enough of the hard sell for now, but I'll leave you with 2 things. I'll leave you to read the rest of my comics archives in case you haven't seen that before, and I'll leave you to join my email newsletter in case you want to be kept in the loop about the latest with this Thermoeconomics book. Anyway, thanks for reading, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again when I've got more news to share.